is a frigid day in the Commonwealth as you look at Kroger Field. Temperatures in the low 30s, feels like mid-30s. These fans don't care. It's the last time they get to tailgate in 2024. And they get to do it as their rivals from just down the road make their way. The Louisville Cardinals in town. As this rivalry was renewed back in 1994, they are battling for the Governor's Cup trophy. Kentucky's won 5 straight in this series. Louisville's had one of those seasons where it could have been what if. They were in the college football playoff discussion a couple of weeks ago. Meanwhile, Kentucky just trying to salvage this season as they finished up the SEC slate just 1-7. Dave Neal alongside SEC's all-time leading pass. Murray, glad you could join us. And Aaron, you had a chance at Georgia to play in a lot of these rivalry games. What's it like from a player's perspective?
Well, you got to throw out the records in these games. This is excitement. It means a lot to the players, the fans, and we saw it yesterday. Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Egg Bowl. We saw it last night. Georgia versus Georgia Tech, 8 overtime games. So it doesn't matter that Kentucky's not going bowling. They want to win this game. It's an important game for both schools.
Louisville comes in here with one of the best offenses in America, top 25 in a couple of different categories, led by their veteran quarterback, Tyler Shuck.
Yeah, I really like Tyler Shuck. He's played a lot of football. He's seen everything. You see a quarterback this season that's playing right now with a ton of confidence. Big kid, big arm, and he's got a lot of talented receivers around him. Ja'Cory Brooks, a transfer from Alabama, has been electric this entire season. Long, lanky, and can stretch the field vertically with his speed. They're going to have a tall task, though, going against Kentucky.
Meanwhile, Kentucky's going with the youngster, the true freshman, Cutter Boley, getting the football in this rivalry game.
Listen, I've loved what I've seen from the young freshman in playing time, especially against Texas, an elite Texas defense a week ago. Calm, poised, very accurate. He's going to have an opportunity in a rivalry game today to make a big statement.
Boy, talk about a difference of experience. For more on that story, let's go down to Ashley Shamity.
Yeah, guys, I just love the storyline that's unfolded. The true freshman quarterback Cutter versus a 7-year vet in Tyler Shuck. To put it into perspective, Cutter was just 14 years old when Tyler Shuck began his collegiate career. But in the last 2 games, Cutter has come in the second half and really just showed his poise and maturity as a 19-year-old leading this team. And to add to it, this is his hometown team. He grew up a Kentucky Wildcats fan, would come to these games, specifically told me about the rivalry games that he remembers, so he knows just how much this one means to the state, to the fans, and to the seniors. Guys.
Tyler Shuck over there. He'll have to wait a moment because Louisville won the coin toss. They deferred, so Kentucky will get the opening kick. It is a temperature-wise sitting right around 30 degrees. A little pooch kick here, but the wind blowing at about 20 miles an hour. That is taken at the 25-yard line. Let's see, they'll spot his forward progress out to the 27. So this Kentucky offense comes in averaging just 21 points a game. That is last in the Southeastern Conference. They are 113th in the country, and they're going to go with Cutter Boley, hoping that they can find some rhythm, some offense, a spark, whatever that word is. They're hoping they can get it from this youngster.
Well, probably the best pure passer on the roster, and the one thing that we'd say about Kentucky, Dave, from the beginning of the season is they have playmakers on the outside. They just have to give their quarterback enough time in the pocket. And I love what it said: vision, touch, arm strength, patience. He's got it all for a young quarterback.
Threw for 160 yards in the second half against Texas, one of the best pass defenses in America. They'll start things off with a toss sweep to Jamarion Wilcox. Stequan Clark making the tackle.
Let's go back to last week against Texas, and that's a very talented defense, and he went out there on the road, hostile environment, and I thought played with a lot of composure. 10 of 18, 160 yards, didn't have the interception at the end of the game, but overall made a lot of plays from both within the pocket and outside as well.
Loss of a yard and a half. Dane Key goes in motion. They will run it again. Big hole off the left side and almost broken by Wilcox. The redshirt freshman, over 500 yards rushing, had 50 yards last week, picks up 14 there.
We're seeing right now, this is what they want to do. Freshman quarterback making his first career start. Run the football, run it early. Tremendous job by the offensive line. You see Jalen Farmer, 52, coming from right to left on the power to create the running lane for the running back.
Handoff right side, another huge hole. Wilcox again, lost the football, scooped up by Jamarion McDonald. Just ripped it right his hands. It'll be Louisville football. How about McDonald, the senior, the transfer from Tennessee, literally just took it away.
Recovered by the defense. First down, Louisville.
Well, it's about to just start talking good about the offensive line again. Just a duo, double teaming all the way up to the second level. Does a great job. And then listen, it's cold, ball's a little slick. You got to hold on to it with two hands. And McDonald with an early turnover. Great job there from the safety.
The Cards get a huge break. They'll set up inside Kentucky territory at the Cat 47-yard line. Isaac Brown, the true freshman running back, coming near side. He has had a heck of a season. He is wrapped up and hit in a hurry. Brown, almost 900 yards on the season. J.J. Weaver making the stop. Tyler Shuck, 3,000 yards passing this year, 23 touchdowns. They will throw here, a little pump fake. Shuck looking, and he will heave it down the field, and it'll be incomplete. Good coverage on the back end, trying to hit Ja'Cory Brooks down that sideline.
This is the one area of improvement that the coach said was hoping to see more of this year. Listen, when things are not there, it's a bootleg. One's not there, two's not there. Right now as a quarterback, just take off, get you 3 or 4 yards, get down, protect yourself. Instead right now, they're 3rd and 10. And this Kentucky defense line is going to be licking their chops, see if they can get after the quarterback.
Third down. 4-man rush. Shuck flush to his right. Gonna tuck it, and he'll be stopped. Gets it to the 44. Alex Afari Jr. with the tackle. It'll be 4th down, and here comes the Cardinal punt team.
Well, right there, everyone's just sitting on the sticks. Louisville runs route concepts, essentially stop routes right about 10 yards. Kentucky in their zone coverage, just sitting right there on top of it, nowhere to go. That's a huge response from this defense.
Brady Hodges will punt it away for Louisville. Back to return. Demore Maclin, he'll stand at the 10. Waves his hand for a fair catch and will make it surrounded by some white jerseys. So Kentucky's defense stands tall. Each team with a possession, nothing on the board. Back in a moment. Hoops now in his 12th season as Kentucky's head coach. Not going to a bowl this year, snapping an 8-year streak of bowl games, but telling us today these are his keys to the game. And already the bottom one, already -1 in that department.
Yeah, -1, but you're seeing early on the emphasis on running the football, protect Cutter, get to 3rd and medium situations. Don't put the game, a rivalry game, on the backs of a freshman quarterback, and it's going to take both sides. The defense has done their job for the majority of the season. Offense has to step up if they want to get this win this afternoon.
Had a chance to see Coach in the hotel this morning and just had that little vibe, like he just felt like he was loose, like the guys had nothing to lose. Rivalry game. We'll see how that all plays out. 12:18 to go in the first quarter. Cutter Boley in that shotgun formation. Cutter has plenty of time. Pocket finally caves in. He's flushed and will throw on the run, trying to hit Dane Key on that far side. Good coverage on the back end by Louisville.
Couple successful runs on the first possession. They're trying to play action, and just nothing there. This is a Louisville defense that it's been up and down this season, a little bit of inconsistency. You go back to the Clemson game, the physicality in which they played, then Stanford at times just not in the right position, trying to really themselves play a complete game on both sides.
Dane Key in motion on 2nd down and 10. Handed off. Wilcox again. This time Louisville's defensive front doesn't allow him a big gainer, just a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd down and about 7.5 coming up for the Cats, who on the year on 3rd downs, 35%. Now it's 12th in the Southeastern Conference.
Just not good enough. That's been one of the biggest issues of sustaining drives, putting points on the board early on. It was couldn't score touchdowns in the red zone.
Demie Sumo-Karngbaye in the backfield now. 3 receivers near side. Pressure comes. Boley Steps up, fires, incomplete. Louisville gets the stop. There are no flags. Quincy Riley back there in coverage.
Well, we're seeing the aggressiveness in this defense. They know it's a freshman quarterback. 3rd down and 7 yards. They're just sitting on the sticks, ready to jump and pounce. Riley, good job dissecting the concept, knocking it down. Seeing some good defense early on in this ball game.
Aiden LaRosse will punt it away, averaging 45 yards a punt this year. Wind at his back. Oh, tough snap, able to field it and get it away. What a catch by LaRosse. This is returnable by Brooks. He is met at the 40 and dropped right there, but what a grab. How about your punter with this kind of snag?
Listen, we talk about the cold weather, not easy to control the football, and whoo, the reaction with the left hand, and then just a sneaky get it off.
Well, this is just one of many rivalry games around the country, of course. The big one, Michigan-Ohio State, maybe not as much as it was a year ago. Auburn and Alabama, that one's always a doozy. Virginia Tech, and of course tonight, Texas and Texas A&M. Winner facing Georgia in the SEC championship game.
Woo-wee. Man, it's good to have that rivalry back, and playoff on the line, trip to Atlanta on the line. It is going to be nuts there in the 12th man.
Little play action, shot to the outside, caught there by Brooks. First down in Kentucky territory. Oh, excuse me, Chris Bell. Chris Bell on the far side, no wrap up, and he just turned a 5-yard gain into a 23-yard gain.
Oh, I love the bounce on the outside too. I mean, Chris Bell, 6'2", 220. He is not someone in this cold weather you can just think you can put your shoulder down and knock him. You got to wrap up the big receiver.
Coming near side, pass is caught by Duke Watson. Duke to the 30-yard line where he is pushed out of bounds. Gain of 7 or 8. They'll actually spot it to the 29, so give him 8. Jamon Dumas-Johnson pushes him out of bounds.
The thing you love about this Louisville offense, obviously, is the passing game, but these 2 freshman running backs, Isaac Brown and Duke Watson, have been really good, not only just running between the tackles, but catching the ball on the outside as well, and just adds a whole nother dimension to what this offense can do.
2nd down and short. Isaac Brown left side. He will be dropped at the 25-yard line. Good enough for the first down. Christian Story will get credit for the tackle. Thin in the secondary is Kentucky. But the guys that they have thrown out there, J.Q. Hardaway, Jordan Lovett, Zion Childress, Maxwell Hairston, good group back there, just not a lot of bodies. Wide open near side and dropped. Isaac Brown, who has 28 catches out of the backfield this year, just flat out dropped it.
Well, I'll take the blame for that one. Talking good about them and their ability to catch the ball in the backfield. Just a simple hitch route. They're going empty, easy read for the quarterback. And you see, just turns the head a little bit too far north before securing the easy completion.
Pistol formation. Brown, the tailback. They'll hand it that way. Left side, big hole to the 10 and tripped up. Maybe the paint on that 0 got him. Well, that might have been 6.
I love the burst from the freshman running back. I mean, he puts his foot in the ground, puts that left foot, gets north in a hurry. And you said, Davey, if he doesn't trip up there, we're talking about 6 points on the board with that run.
Averaging over 7 yards a carry. How about the combination of Brown and Watson? Watson's averaging 8 yards a carry. Brown stays in the game. 1st down and 10. This time right side. Inside the 5, down to the 4. Alex Afari met him in the hole, but another gain of 7 for Brown.
Well, there's a reason why this passing game has been so successful this year. It's because of those numbers that you just laid out. You have to respect the run first. And right now we're seeing an offensive line here. First part of this game just taking over, moving back this very talented, very big Kentucky defensive line.
Shuck going under center. Left side handoff to Brown, and he is stopped for a gain of a yard. It's Dumas-Johnson again.
still get the first down without getting in the end zone. About a yard to do so. Looks like they're bringing in another big body offensive lineman. Expecting a downhill run to try to get the first down.
Jeff Brom, let's see what he dials up. Calling the plays. Handoff left side. Isaac Brown. Did he get in? No, he got stopped, but I think he has enough for the first down. Afari met him. They'll move the chains. It'll be first and goal from inside the 1.
I think right back to the well. Big bodies, you got 3 downs to get it. Bring in the fullback as well.
About a half a yard to go. Hand it off to Brown. Sticks his nose across the goal line. Touchdown, Louisville. Monroe Mills, the right tackle, with a big block. They give him just enough of a crease.
Well, that was a physical possession for the Cardinals. Starts off with a nice catch on the outside. Receiver showing that physicality, turning a 5-yard gain into an explosive play. And then from there, the freshman running back just doing his thing along with that offensive line.
Point after attempt. Ron Travelstead able to convert. A little over 4 minutes, 60 yards, 9 plays, and this is how it finishes.
Louisville coming in early, throwing some haymakers with an early touchdown.
Scrambled eggs, some bacon. Actually, just stand over the grill is what you need today. When we got out here, it was 22 degrees when we got to the stadium. 22. Aaron, of course, grew up in Florida, so he was a little late getting here today.
That hot shower this morning just lasted a little bit long.
And it stayed in the car.
A little bit long.
Kind of crying, just going, I don't know that I can do it. I just don't know.
20 degrees, dude. Not many days like this.
7-0 Louisville. Little squib kick. That'll be picked up around the 15-yard line by Demie Sumo-Karngbaye. That's where Kentucky will have it. 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Time to get an update. Let's go to the studio. PB, what's on the plate? Oh, wow, is all I can say to that. Vanderbilt up 2 touchdowns. And we'll see. We saw last night what happened. 17-0 lead by Georgia Tech. Georgia's offense got it going. Came back to win that one. We'll see if Tennessee's offense can find a way. Second down and 11 for Kentucky. Boy, their opening drive had a couple of really nice runs by Jamarion Wilcox, who then had the ball ripped out of his arms and snuffed the drive out around midfield. Had the punt on their second possession. Handoff left side. Demie Sumo-Karngbaye. He's out to the 25, maybe 26-yard line. Gain of 10 there. Let's go downstairs, check in with Ashley.
Guys, one of the compliments that Cutter has received in the last 2 games is just his composure being one of his strengths. He told me that offensive coordinator Coach Hampton always tells him be the most boring roller coaster you can be out there. Guys have to be able to look at you and know that you're calm. He also said he learned a lot of that from Brock and Gavin throughout the year, just their veteran and their leadership and how they handle themselves. And that's been a big part of what he's able to do just the last 2 games.
Well, that last game against Texas, it was an impressive second half for him. Actually, Matthew McConaughey chased him down after the game to tell him he was impressed with his performance. That doesn't happen every day. The Minister of Culture at Texas.
Yeah, it's been an interesting year, though, just overall for Kentucky in the quarterback spot. And obviously, you go in the portal, you get Brock Vandagriff, the dual-threat quarterback, and just, man, you can see it throughout the season, just really banged up, and some of the struggles up front protecting him running the football. And Gavin Wimsatt, his athleticism, seen him as well. But right now, this freshman quarterback is just too good and has been too impressive in practice and obviously in game situations to not give him a full game opportunity.
Sumo-Karngbaye goes in motion to the wide side of the field. 3-man rush, quick hitter near side, a little too hot. That one is incomplete. They were trying to hit Maclin with it. So now it'll be 3rd down and about 9.5 coming up for the Cats.
Well, that's a little surprising. The one thing this coaching staff told us this week is he makes the routine plays look routine, and that's so easy to say, but so many quarterbacks make things difficult. Right there, just an easy Omaha route. You put it on the chest of your receiver, he catches it, either goes out of bounds or it's a 5-yard gain. Usually he makes that throw.
Boley steps up, fires, and that one is almost picked off. Trying to hit Dane Key with it. It was MJ Griffin back there. We got a flag down as well.
Holding. Offense. Number 52. The penalties decline. 4th down.
And it's just man-to-man coverage from the Cardinals on the back end and just no separation. You're going to get a dig route coming from right to left, and he's anticipating able to throw the football. Safety comes down, reading the quarterback's eyes, jumps it, but really, I said, just no separation from Key on the defender on that man-to-man route. And this secondary for the Cardinals have shown up here early.
Brooks back to return this punt. He will stand at the 30. A wobbly kick that will hit at the 40 and take a Kentucky bounce out of bounds around the 32-yard line. So that's where the Cards will have it, up a touchdown, a 41-yard punt. Back in a moment.
Job, but man, those are some impressive quarterbacks that he came in with that are now doing their thing in the NFL.
When he got to Oregon, he had to sit behind Justin Herbert for a couple of years. Right side handoff goes to Duke Watson, or excuse me, a play action to Duke Watson, went to Chris Bell, picks up 11.
I just like Chris Bell right now. We've seen a couple times just that physicality off the line of scrimmage, able to get the slant. He's going to be their #1 guy next year. They want to see him perform at a high level this game in the bowl game.
Now it's Watson. Ty Bryant making the stop for Kentucky. His 42nd tackle of the year. Tell you what, this combination, both their running backs, Brown and Watson, are true freshmen. Brown's out of Homestead, Florida. Watson's out of Forsyth, Georgia, north of Atlanta. They combined for over 1,200 yards on the ground and average about 7.8 yards per carry as a duo. That works. Shuck. Pass caught on the outside. Goriski makes the reception. That'll be another Louisville first down. But here's the combination of these running backs. I mean, how impressive is this for two true freshman guys?
Well, and talking with the coaches, they said, listen, neither of these guys are timid. They're not scared. They're not scared of contact. They're not scared of playing in big-time games. They just like, hey, coach, keep feeding us the football and watch what we can do.
Gain of a couple for Duke Watson. Duke last week, 11 carries, 69 yards in that win over Pitt. He stepped up big time when Brown went out against Stanford. He finished with 117 yards and 3 touchdowns, even though that was a stunning, shocking loss for Louisville. Stanford, one of the worst teams in the ACC, just somehow beat this team. Then you watch Louisville play last week against Pitt, and you're like, my goodness.
How can that be the same team? And that's the inconsistency that especially the defense has been dealing with all season.
Shuck will throw near side. It's caught. Picks up a couple of yards. Brown with another reception out of the backfield.
We'll see if Kentucky right here in this 3rd and long situation can get after the quarterback. Only 24 sacks on the season, which is 10th in the SEC. Good crowd, some good noise right now. See if they get a jump on the quarterback and put some pressure on him.
Kentucky coming with some pressure, lofts it up, passes incomplete, trying to hit Brown out of the backfield. Had a step on the defender, but they could not connect. 4th and 7.
Well, they had it schemed up absolutely perfectly. They protect the blitz from Kentucky, and you're going to get a dropping defensive end in J.J. Weaver going against the talented running back, which we've been talking about here to start the game. And if that ball is thrown A little bit more accurately from Shuck. That is a catch touchdown for the Cardinals.
Maclin back to return this punt for Kentucky. High end over end kick. Fair catch called for and taken at the 15. Rivalry weekend, a lot going on in this noon window. Let's get another update. Peter, what's going on? There's that Tennessee offense coming back after trailing by 14. What a season it's been, though, for Vanderbilt, regardless of what happens today. So Jamarion Wilcox back in at running back after fumbling on that opening possession. They'll fake it to him. Boley throws back to Wilcox. And he is tackled from behind around the 23-yard line. Desmond Tell chasing him down.
Well, that's the maturity for a 19-year-old quarterback right there. Play action, deep post with a deep cross. You really want to throw it. You feel like you're running the ball. You want to take a shot down the field. Safeties don't bite, and the maturity, get to your number 3 guy. Nice completion, get the drive going.
Second down and short. Handoff right side. First down, Cats to the 30-yard line.
I want to see some easy completions, Dave. And we talk about Boley being a good arm, big kid in the pocket, but maybe try to get him on the move a little bit as well. Just get the ball out of his hands. He's also talking about how talented these receivers are on the outside. Dane King, Barian Brown. Just get the ball to those guys in space quickly and see what they can do.
Boley starts this game 1 of 5. Wilcox off the right side. Out to the 33-yard line. Louisville trying to snap this Kentucky 5-game winning streak. It's been 2,562 days since the Cards beat Kentucky. Sumo-Karngbaye at running back. He's met at the line of scrimmage, got nothing out of that one.
They're going to take the quarter right now, give their quarterback an opportunity to figure out what's his favorite play from 3rd and 5. See if they can keep this drive moving down the field.
That is the end of the first quarter. Louisville with the only points on the board. They lead it 7-0. Back in a moment. Cardinals trying to get a stop. It is 3rd down for Kentucky with their freshman quarterback, Cutter Boley, who was 1 for 5 in the first quarter.
And they got Dane Keene in the slot. See if they can find a way to get him. Nice easy completion.
Boley looking near side, and this one is picked off. Intercepted by Louisville's Jamarion McDonald, who already has a fumble recovery. It'll be Louisville football. A flag comes in at the end of that play. McDonald read it the whole way.
We're going to get too high safety. We'll see what the flag is. Too high safety. Smash concept, which can be flag control with a quarter on top of it.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Passing team, number 52. 15-yard penalty. First down.
You're going to get cover 2. Smash concept. And just he's late throwing the corner route, which allows the safety McDonald to read the eyes of the quarterback. Right read, the ball is just late. You got to throw that ball high towards the sideline and on time. Just a freshman mistake right there with that extra hitch, allowing the safety to make the play on it.
Been a tough start on this frigid day here in Lexington. Shuck 5 of 8, 52 yards. Hand it off. Isaac Brown. Isaac Brown turns the corner. Tiptoes down the sideline. They'll say he's out of bounds close to the 10. Boy, he came close to taking that one right into that end zone, a gain of 15.
I'm telling you, man, the burst from this young freshman running back, but hey, got to give a shout out to the offensive line doing their thing up front as well. Austin Collins pulling around the edge as well to lead the charge.
Ty Bryant missed that tackle. Now it's 1st and goal, Cards. Handoff right side. Brown hit by J.J. Weaver chasing that play down.
Man, you got to be excited as a Cardinal fan this season watching these 2 freshman running backs, this offense, and what the future can be, man. I know this game has changed to more of a passing football game. We all want to throw the ball 40 times a game, but at the end of the day, if you could be the more physical team, if you could run the football, you're going to win a lot of games. And if you can build your offense around these 2 freshman running backs, you'll be set up to win a lot come for the next 2 seasons.
Shuck. Running near side, throws to the end zone, caught! Touchdown Louisville, flag at the end of the play. Chris Bell with the reception from 6 yards out.
Let's see if he might have been stepped out of bounds and come back in and been the first one to touch the football.
Get him back. Back up.
See both refs on the back end with their hats off.
Yeah,
all right.
so 0's out of bounds.
So
Yep. Good job by Shuck keeping the play alive, but looked like this is going to come back if we do see if Chris Bell did step out of bounds.
all right, I'm going to go ahead. Illegal touchdown. Offense, number 0, stepped out of bounds, came back in, and was the first to touch the pass. The penalty is loss of down at the previous spot. 3rd down.
Let's take a look at Chris Bell, number 0, the big physical receiver coming across, and does he step? Yeah, right there. And a couple steps actually go on the white, out of bounds. Good call there.
So now it'll be 3rd and goal from the 7. Heck of a catch by Bell, though, all for 9.
Well, you're going to put Ja'Cory Brooks backside. If you get him one-on-one, you like your matchup.
Handoff goes to Brown, trying to turn the corner, can't do it. Alex Safari trips him up.
I think everyone's expecting pass, and Louisville tries to sneak one around the edge, running the football, and you alluded to Dave, Alex Safari right there to track down the running back to keep 7 points off the board and force a field goal attempt.
So a 20-yard field goal attempt. Brock Travelstead on the year, 16 of 23. Good clean execution. Up and good. So Louisville adds to their lead. It's now 10-0. Back in a moment. On the ESPN app, so you can watch it wherever you may be on this Thanksgiving weekend. Kick will be caught at the 5. Demie Sumo-Karngbaye out to the 20-yard line. So here's a chance now for Cutter Boley maybe to find some confidence. A consensus 4-star high school quarterback, a little sluggish out of the gate. What's your assessment so far?
Yeah, listen, you know, your last week you get put in the game, all of a sudden you just kind of get thrown in there. You got to go out there and perform. Did a great job. You know, sometimes the build-up to know, like, hey, I'm the guy, and all that excitement leading up to a rivalry game like this tends to make you maybe come out a little bit slow. And I think right now the game's just having it a little bit too fast for the young quarterback. So, like I said, the previous possession, how can you get him easy completions, pop passes, screens, get him on the move? He's athletic. Just get the ball out of his hands and let him see some completions.
6'5", 215. Went to Lexington Christian Academy. Boley. He will be dropped back at the 13-yard line. Had hardly any time to see any receiver open downfield. Conga the first one there.
Just one-on-one, and the right guard completely misses on the outside, easily disengaged. was Karngbaye. Same thing, trying to take a play action shot down the field, just had no opportunity to step up there and locate a receiver.
28th sack of the year by Louisville. Boley going up top, has a man just out of the outstretched hands of another true freshman, Hardly Gilmore, the fourth. The youngster who should still be in high school almost caught up with that one.
Well, and this is what they need to do. This is a defensive backfield right now through the first quarter that just does not respect the vertical passing game at all from Kentucky. That's how they were able to get their interception on the previous possession. They're just jumping everything underneath about 20 yards. You just got to be willing to take some shots.
So now you're looking at 3rd and 17. Boley being chased from behind, dumps it off. Nice one-handed grab by Berry and Brown, but he is well shy of the line to gain. They needed to get it out to the 31. He's pushed out of bounds at the 21 by Corey Thornton. So that'll be a punting situation now for the Cats.
Just haven't felt a lot of rhythm, Dave, on first, second down. The first possession, nice runs, then the fumble. Then from there, it's just been a lot of early trying to throw the ball on first down, falling behind the chains, just making life very difficult for the freshman quarterback.
Ja'Cory Brooks standing at the 40-yard line. That ball will take a bounce around the 40. And that is where Louisville will have it. A 41-yard punt. The flag is down. That's going to be against Kentucky. Louisville with 111 yards of offense. Kentucky was 61.
Illegal formation. Kicking team. More than 4 players in the backfield. The 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play. First down. Timeout.
So timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. Louisville up 10-0. Well, these teams played from 1912 to 1924. They played 6 times, and then they took 70 years off. Then Howard Schnellenberger and Bill Curry decided, you know what are we doing? Let's play some football. Let's get this thing back. They started again in 1994 with the Governor's Cup Trophy. It is the 36th overall meeting, but the 30th year playing for the Governor's Cup Trophy. Big hole for Duke Watson. Down the left side. Touchdown, Louisville. 58 yards.
Dave, it's the same run play over and over and over again. You're just pulling the left guard, gonna kick out the defensive end, and then get these talented young freshman running backs downhill and does not get touched at all. Look at the left guard. Austin Collins comes out, kicks out. You got a leading fullback and not one Kentucky defender's within 2 yards, 3 yards of the running back. And then right there is just a 40-yard dash to the end zone for another touchdown.
This offense is elite. It is elite.
This running game, we like shot, we like throwing the football. Run the ball. Good things happen for the Louisville Cardinals.
It has been all Louisville. 17-0 Cards over Kentucky. Sumo-Karngbaye bounces off a couple of Louisville defenders out over the 25 to the 29-yard line. Go back to that last touchdown, Aaron.
We talk about the running backs, but Austin Collins has done a tremendous job coming around and kicking out the defensive end. And then from there, you got Dwayne Barton, the fullback. You don't see a lot of fullbacks in college football anymore. leading the charge all the way up to that second level, and then from there, like we said, 40-yard dash to the end zone. The speed of these running backs, but really this offensive line is taking care of the front seven of the Wildcats here in the first half.
Kentucky's got to get some rhythm offensively. Man, there's just really out of sorts. No rhythm. There's a little tap pass going to Wilcox. We'll get it out to the 33-yard line.
Well, there's no balance. I mean, that's a problem. Hey, you have an offense right now that's starting a freshman quarterback. There's no threat of any deep pass, and right now this defense is just saying we're going to stack the box. We're going to have safeties come down aggressively, and we'll give up some one-on-ones until you start executing on them, and until then it's just going to make life very difficult for Kentucky to move the football.
Boley will throw it back, and immediately Wilcox is lit up by T.J. Quinn. Loss of 5. The team's leading tackler now with 77 on the year.
I mean, even this one right there, you see safeties are about 7 yards in depth. Just absolutely no respect, but great job diagnosing the play there from T.J. Quinn. Seeing it, coming downhill to make the tackle for loss.
Had a career-high 13 stops against Stanford a couple of weeks ago. Now has 24 tackles in the last 2+ games. 3rd down and 10. Boley airs one out near side looking for Brown, and he can't come up with it. Incomplete. Corey Thornton back there running step for step with Brown.
I mean, you're just going to have to keep taking those shots. We saw a shot 2 possessions ago to Gilmore on the outside. An incompletion right there. Another one. It's just one-on-one coverage. And right now, the way this offense is just inability to run the football, you're going to have to keep taking those shots and hope you start converting on a couple of them.
So LaRosse to punt it away. Good kick. Sends Brooks way back. Trying to field it off a bounce. Does so. To Corey coming back near side, and he'll take it out to the 24-yard line. Time to get another update. Peter, what's in store for him? You just never know on these rivalry Saturdays, do you?
I mean, Lenore, how many tackles has Lenore Sellers broken this season behind the pile? I've never seen the quarterback do it.
Future looks bright. Future certainly looks bright for Shane Beamer's club moving forward. Isaac Brown in at running back. They'll fake it that way. Shuck will dump it off underneath the Brown, who was hit immediately. But such a great start for this Louisville team. Exactly what Coach Brom was looking for, huh, Ashley?
Yeah, talking to Coach Brom, guys, I mean, their concerns going into this one was the Kentucky defense. He said that they watched that Georgia-Kentucky game and really dissected it and thought that Georgia did not commit to the running game as much as they should have. They said if you get too pass happy against a team like this, they're going to have some stops, and clearly the run game is working for this Louisville team so far.
Yeah, these 2 freshman backs, Isaac Brown, Duke Walker, have been fantastic here in the first half.
Isaac
Brown will get a couple of yards. Afari and Ripka bring him down.
I mean, we're midway through the second quarter, and Tyler Shuck right now only 6 of 9, 56 yards, and they got 17 points on the board. You know, the talented quarterback with all these great receivers on the outside has not been asked to do much. And even here in this 3rd and medium situation, you got to be wary for the run as well.
Louisville's averaging 8 yards a rush. Shuck steps up in that pocket, going to tuck it and run, and he is hit right at the 35 by Jordan Lovett, but that's going to be good enough to move the chains.
Well, they're just having a spacing concept. Everyone's going to run about 5 yards in depth, and it's just a pure progression read for the quarterback. He's going to work one side across the field. Nothing's open. That's what the coaching staff and what we're looking for from the quarterback is, hey, nothing's there. Take off, use your legs. Not expecting you to get 15, 20-yard gains, but can you give us 1 or 2 first downs to keep the chains moving?
Right side handoff goes to Brown. Keyshawn Silver. To see him back on the field. He's been banged up a little bit this year. Former 5-star recruit.
Still, I mean, just wild up here watching this game, Dave, here in the first half. And yeah, that last play is a perfect example. This offensive line pushing back guys like Deon Walker, Keyshawn Silver, 4, 5, 6 yards. You don't see that a lot.
Second down and 4. Stay with the run game, and they'll get another first down from Brown. Alex Afari trips him up. That's 5 more yards.
And always the big worry, too, is obviously this defense has been on the field a lot in this ball game and really been getting punched left and right, uppercut, 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 and we're only midway through this second quarter. These runs right now, we've already seen some explosive runs, but they will continue to get more and more the more this defense is on the field getting worn out early.
Cards up to 135 yards rushing. They average 167 a game. Shuck on a play action, has time, near side, going deep, passes, caught inside the 10-yard line by Bell. A one-arm grab. Maxwell Harrison was all over him in coverage, 51 yards. It's first and goal, Louisville.
And one of the better parts about this was just the route. He starts to slow down. You see the hesitation? Causes Maxwell to slow down as well. And then he from there burst to create the separation to catch the football with one hand. Unbelievable routes, unbelievable catch there from Chris Bell.
Back-to-back 100-yard games for Bell coming into this one. Handoff right side. There goes Brown trying to slice his way through, but he is stopped at the 4-yard line. By the way, back to Bell. He's up to 3 catches for 84 yards.
Hey, they want him to be their guy next year. And right now, he's letting everyone know that, hey, Jacorian Brooks has had a tremendous season, the 5th-year senior. Got another game and a half with him, but I'm ready to step up and be that receiver 1 come next year.
He's tapping on his helmet like, I need a break, and they're like, no.
Go get you a touchdown. Yeah. What receiver is going to call out in the red zone? I mean, come on, you want touchdowns. Unless he knows there's a run play.
Let's see what the Cards do here. Brown, the tailback. They'll fake it to him, comes near side, and that one is dropped. They were trying to hit Huggins Bruce. Amari just couldn't come up with it.
Nice pass, right on target. Got to make that catch in the red zone, in the end zone there from Huggins. I mean, ball's a little bit hot, but still, man, that's your opportunity to get in the blue paint, put 7 more points on the board.
Empty set now for Louisville on 3rd down and goal from the 4. 4-man rush. Shuck to the end zone, batted away, incomplete. Maxwell Harrison working on Kateris Hicks.
A good rebound there from Harrison, who gave up the big pass play to Chris Bell. Just a mesh concept with a corner on the outside. One-on-one coverage, goes up, gets that right hand on the ball to knock it away. This is the second time we've seen this defense kind of bend but don't break inside the 5-yard line.
Travelstead is hit from 20. This will be from 21. Far hash mark. And he will hammer that one through the upright. So 3 more on the board for Louisville. They have pushed it out to a 20-point advantage. 4:45 to go here before halftime. Jeff Brom has to be excited about both those numbers on the scoreboard. Well, tonight, SEC football final with Dari Noka, Chris Doering, and Benjamin Watson. They'll take you through the biggest stories of the day and break down all the games. 11 Eastern, 10 Central, right here on the SEC Network. And, of course, you can always catch it on the ESPN app. A cold, frigid... Sun is out, but the wind's still blowing, making it feel like in the upper 20s.
Yeah, that's also, too, another thing we talk about is just young quarterback making a start. Not ideal weather conditions to throw the football, and I think that's going to play obviously a huge factor going forward. As you're down 20 points, want to find a way to put some points on the board, got to throw it, and easier said than done when it's 30 degrees and wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour.
Bullet of a kick caught around the 25-yard line. Nice return out there to the 40. Cutter Boley has had a tough go of it. 4 of 11 to start this game.
Yeah, just no one open down the field. I mean, this defensive backfield for Louisville has been tremendous, but then also just late at times, pushing the ball vertically down the field, allowing safeties to make plays on it. And listen, these are some of the shots they're going to get. There's some one-on-one opportunities. And you got to keep shooting your shot and hope at one point you're going to connect on a couple of these. But right there, just a couple of good plays to start off in the fumble. 3 and out, punt, interception, 3 and out, 3 and out, no yards the past 2 possessions.
Maclin goes in motion. Handed off to Demie Sumo-Karngbaye. Stanquan Clark, their sophomore backer, making the stop.
I think that's going to be the goal right now. Can you put together a 3-4 minute possession right now, run the football, eat some clock, just keep your defense off the field and see if you gain some confidence and get some points before the end of half.
Boley to throw on second down. This one is caught. That goes to Hardly Gilmore, the 4th, with a big gainer after the catch. They'll spot him at the 26-yard line. That's 33 yards.
That's a good job. It's a curl flat concept. You're actually going to read the middle sit first, and then from there you're going to work off the squeeze. So he felt the squeeze coming from the boundary from the linebacker, gets to that curl route and throws a nice accurate pass for the completion.
Sumo-Karngbaye dancing around inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. Demie, the leading rusher.
Gain of 8, 2nd and 2, Kentucky at the Louisville 18.
Transferred in from NC State a few years ago. Out of New Jersey, playing his final game for Kentucky. 2nd and short. He'll have the first down inside the 15. D'Angelo Hutchinson brings him down.
Well, this is a tricky spot right now because obviously you want to put points, you want to put a touchdown on the board before halftime. But with 3 minutes to go, you also don't want to score too fast to give Louisville an opportunity to get the ball back with enough time to score. So it's a nice balance of, hey, you want to keep the pedal down, you want to keep this momentum going. And obviously you want to score a touchdown, but leave as little time as possible for the Cardinals.
Four-man rush, Boley. Crowd thought there might have been some early contact by Clark on Ferrier. No flag on the play. Clock will stop at 2:32 to go.
Well, it's just a mesh concept, and Clark does a good job diagnosing it, reading it. Same linebacker had 2 interceptions last week. A key interception early on in the red zone versus Pittsburgh. Does a good job figuring out what was going on there and then jumping that shallow cross route.
Sumo-Karngbaye, boy, he is swallowed up immediately. That's 3-4 white jerseys. Gelati was the first one there. Their All-American defensive end. That's a loss of 4.
I mean, how good is number 9 coming off the edge? 39 tackles on the season. One of the leaders in college football when it comes to pressuring the quarterback. And it ain't just about getting up to the quarterback. What he does in the run game is just as important.
That'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. 3rd and 13 coming up for Kentucky. Trying to put some points on the board before the halftime break. Back to Kroger Field in Lexington after this.
We were in here, hanging out.
I don't think many people slept last night after that Georgia Tech game. Here's Boley, throws to the end zone, and it's picked off. Nicholson with the interception out over the 20 to the 25-yard line. A flag comes in late after the play. There's a Cardinal player down. That may have been a blindside hit. Quincy Riley was the injured Louisville player who gets up, but Nicholson comes up with the interception, his first of the year. Davion, the transfer out of Illinois, the fifth-year senior, stops that Kentucky drive.
Just like the first interception, the ball is late. You have to throw the ball, especially in the red zone, on time, anticipation, get it high in the back of the end zone on that post route. Instead, he's late. DB has opportunity to undercut the football.
Long discussion about that flag that came in after the play was over.
After the interception and during the return, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, passing team, number 8, 15-yard penalty, first down.
That's the quarterback cutter, Boley.
Taking out some frustration, I see. And throwing his second interception of the game, but you're just going to get double post routes. He's looking at the second one. And just a little bit late, ball hangs, just not a lot of juice on that one. And the second easy interception for Louisville. And let's take a look at Cutter after the play to see exactly. I didn't see a lot there.
I didn't see a whole bunch either, but the flag came in. Well, Louisville will take it. They've got 3 timeouts left. They're at the 41-yard line. Out to the 49 goes Duke Watson. Alex Afari with another stop. Gain of 8.
I mean, the way they're running this football with 3 timeouts to go, you could continue to run the football and move it down to get into field goal range.
Hari's having a nice first half. Alex, 7 tackles, 6 of those solo stops. Duke Watson turns the corner, first down, and he is walloped at the 41-yard line. Watson, not the biggest of bodies, at 6 feet, 180 pounds, hit by Ty Bryant.
That's the thing, too, about both these running backs. Neither of them were that big, Dave. 5'9", 190 for Isaac Brown, 6 foot, 180 for Duke Watson. But like we said earlier, neither of these running backs from the very beginning of the season ran timid at all. It was downhill, get it and go.
First down and 10. Pressure comes. Shuck avoids it. Still on his feet. Breaks another tackle. Picks up a yard. Timeout taken by Louisville. Zion Childress came flying in to disrupt this play from the get-go.
Yeah, I don't know who's responsible. I think you would think the running back there, after the play action, should take care.
Please reset the game clock to 1 minute. 1 minute, please.
And the running back should take care of that outside blitzer.
Thank you.
Hey, Read and React, hosted by Cole Kubelik and Roman Harper. Each week they'll take a look back at some of the biggest plays, players, and games from the weekend. It's Monday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 Central, and it's right here on this very network. And, of course, you can catch it on the ESPN app. Boy, if you're a Louisville fan, this is going to be one of those seasons. Going to be just the old what ifs. I mean, this is a team that certainly was in the playoff discussion midway through the season, and a couple of shocking losses after some good wins. I mean, it's been a crazy season.
A bunch of one-possession games, Notre Dame, SMU. The Miami game was epic, just a battle between both those. But really, I mean, obviously the loss to Stanford, as we alluded to a couple weeks ago, just unacceptable for how good this football team is.
All of their losses by 7 points or less. Isaac Brown, your running back on second down. Little razzle-dazzle. That one goes to Chris Bell. Dancing around, and he is hit and drops the football. Kentucky says they have it at the 44, and they do. J.Q. Hardaway comes out of there with the football.
Well, trying to give it to your playmakers. Had a terrific game in Bell, and Kentucky does not bite at all. And listen, I love the effort, fighting for more and more, but at some point you got to realize I just got to get down.
53 seconds.
And for Kentucky right now,
Seconds on the game clock and started on the snap.
they just threw their second interception the previous possession, down 20 points. It's like, you know, you got to play to win the game, obviously. So right here, can you find a way to at least get 3 points on the
Please
board?
reset the game clock to 53 seconds. 53, please. Thank you.
3 timeouts and 53 seconds to work with. First down and 10 from the 44. Louisville bringing 5. Boley nowhere to go, and he's dropped it to 39. Ramon Puryear with the sack. His second of the year. Loss of 5.
Timeout, Kentucky. Their first of the half. 30-second timeout. Please reset the game clock to 48 seconds. 48, please.
So one of the big differences in the game here in the first half, Dave, has just been the differences in the offensive line play. Louisville really taking care of business on their side in the run game and the pass game, and we've seen multiple times now for Kentucky in the pass game, just guys too easy getting around blockers to get to the quarterback.
You know, Louisville really wants this game after last year. This team came in 10-1 last year, ranked inside the top 10, playing at home. Kentucky rallies to win 38-31. It was the highest ranked win for Coach Stoops until beating Ole Miss earlier this year. Rebels were ranked 6th in the country. Four-man rush this time. Boley steps up in the pocket. Little pump fake to buy a little running room, and he lost the football out of bounds, but he's hit pretty hard around the 45. Antonio Watts laying the wood to Boley.
Watts on the play for Louisville.
The ruling on the field is the ball was fumbled forward and out of bounds. By rule, it will be returned to the spot of the fumble, and the clock will start on my signal.
Boley again, hit, drop, throws near side to Sumo-Karngbaye, who makes the catch. Boley avoided what would have been about an 8-yard loss.
Boley back here with his hands on his hips, just looking like this has just been a half of football that he just wants to get into the locker room and figure out what they need to do offensively here in the second half. But good job just being able to get that football off from the quarterback. Same story though. Offensive line just getting beat up front. Nothing there down the field either for the quarterback to go confident throwing.
Their second of the half. 30-second timeout. Please reset the game clock to 14 seconds. 14, please.
Kentucky on the years giving up 35 sacks. That is 104th in the country. Let's go down to Ashley.
Guys, this is exactly what head coach Mark Stoops said this game was going to come down to, is playing well around the freshman quarterback, making sure to protect him as best as possible and get him comfortable. It's obviously going to be a team effort. He said this is going to be the most important thing, and again, that's something they're going to have to talk about in the locker room at halftime.
Right now he's talking to Marion Brown, trying to calm him down. He got in a little pushing match. Now in his 12th season as the Cats head coach. Hicks back to return this punt. I got a feeling Kentucky can be a pretty active team in the transfer portal in the offseason. Nice kick. Hicks will let it hit. And it'll be down with 2 seconds to go before halftime. A 60-yard punt. Good special teams work by Kentucky.
There's a team right now that just needs to get into the locker room, figure out offensively what shots can we dial up in the second half, and then what easy plays can we dial up as well for our quarterback, who right now just seems like this first half, everything was just happening a hair bit too fast for the freshman.
This Louisville defense, which at times has been a little unstable, but they have been very stable here in the first half. This will be back-to-back games now with first-half shutouts. They did it against Pitt last week and Austin Peay earlier this year as well. Meanwhile, Kentucky's offense, first time, no first-half points since their Citrus Bowl game against Iowa back in 2022, and that'll do it for the first 30 minutes of football. All Louisville. They lead it 20-0. 256 yards of offense, 107 for the Cats. Kentucky will try to figure things out. So will the guys in the studio. Peter Burns, it's all yours. Welcome back to SEC Network Football presented by Allstate on a frigid afternoon in the Commonwealth. It has been all Louisville, 20-0 after 2 quarters of football, trying to snap this Kentucky 5-game winning streak in this series. Dave Neal, Aaron Murray, and I don't know that you could have drawn it up any better if you're Jeff Brom and the Louisville Cardinals.
I mean, the Cardinals were actually dominant. Both sides of the football, the line of scrimmage really was the big thing. Running the football, throwing the football. Besides the fumble, it was like you said, a perfect first half for Louisville.
And they established the run game early on and kind of set everything else up for Louisville.
I mean, these 2 freshman running backs are absolutely studs. Isaac Brown, Duke Watson. Like I said, it starts with the offensive line. Those guys got after it. And then defensively, they've been very aggressive on the back end. A couple nice interceptions as well. Really not allowed Kentucky to get any kind of rhythm on the offensive side. But man, these running backs, when they get in the open space, the speed that these 2 young studs have and possess, I mean, it has been fun to watch if you're a Cardinals fan here this afternoon.
Take a look at Every Detail Counts, brought to you by Pfizer, and the 2, I mean, listen, they're true freshman running backs. I mean, it's crazy what they have done in the ACC this year and doing it here against the Kentucky Wildcats on this Saturday afternoon, the final Saturday of the regular season. Impressive stuff by this offense. They haven't really even had to rely much on Brooks and Shuck today. Cards will get the football first to start the 3rd quarter. Duke Watson on this return. Duke to the 31-yard line. Well, let's get an update with Ashley. What was going on with the Cats?
Yeah, guys, I talked to head coach Mark Stoops. I said, what was the message to Cutter in that locker room? He said, look, just stay confident. He thought he forced a couple of things in that first half, but he said the whole team has to be better around him. Like I was mentioning right before the first half ended, just to stay confident and just to continue that protection around him. He said the fumble early in the game really set the tone, so they're trying to turn it around in the second half early. Yeah,
actually, they had a great opening drive. We went with Wilcox at running back, the redshirt freshman, a couple of nice runs, and then he had the ball ripped out of his hands on that opening drive and just never had their sink offensively again. Boy, almost had a interception, though. Maxwell Hairston, who has 6 career picks, 3 of them have been pick sixes. Boy, had a chance there for number 7.
Just a tough throw, man. I just don't love the Omaha route, which is a forceps speed out with the college hatches. Like, I just don't see a lot that you're going to gain. To the boundary, I'm fine with it. But for a quarterback to throw that across the field with that timing, a little bit dangerous. Great jump for the Kentucky DB.
They'll run near side now, and with a catch, stretch that out nicely. Nowhere to go for Isaac Brown. touchdown. There's J.J. Weaver playing his final game in a Kentucky uniform, a senior out of Louisville.
Well, how many times did we say in the first half that Louisville offensive line was literally pushing Kentucky's front four back to the linebacking position? And I'm sure there's a lot of pride up there with J.J. Weaver, Deion Walker going to halftime saying, like, guys, no more. We got to put our feet in the ground and anchor down defensively.
Was that it? Shuck. He will dump it off. Pass is caught at the 33 by Brown, but they needed to get out to the 41. Jordan Lovett will get credit for the tackle, and the Cats come up with a stop on the opening possession.
Well, they won on first and second down, something they did not do there in the first half. They're unable to stop the run. Nice stop there. Maxwell Hairston on the deflection on the first play, and then finally getting able to stop the run on the second play. And seems like they made some corrections defensively. Now offensively, let's see if they can make it easy for their young quarterback.
Jamarion Maclin back to return the punt. Short kick that will hit at the 30 and scooped up by Maclin. He'll take it out of bounds. Boy, Louisville players saying that he signaled fair catch. I didn't see any flags or anything, so the Cats will have it just over the 30-yard line, over the 35-yard line.
The punt returner gave a fair catch signal. The ball will be placed at the spot of the catch. First down.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. So right there at the 26 is where they'll spot it.
We had a fair catch signal, guys. We had a fair catch signal. All right, let's go. Let's go.
Vanderbilt, Tennessee all knotted up at 17. The Vols trying to solidify their spot in the college football playoff. Little option game goes to Wilcox. Per year pushes him out of bounds.
That's a tough thing to do right there from Perrier, to be able to guard both guys, and did a good job right there forcing the quarterback to pitch it, but still be able to make a play on the running back. And let's see if this offense can win some first and second downs, get the third and medium.
Boley 6 of 15 in that first half. Handoff to Wilcox. Kentucky was hoping that they would get Chip Trayanum, a transfer from Ohio State, to kind of lead the charge at running back, a veteran guy that played with the Buckeyes last year. But Tripp got hurt early in the year, made his first appearance in a game against Florida, a couple of carries, then got hurt again, and played in just 2 games all year. That meant that they relied on Sumo-Karngbaye and Wilcox all season long in the run game. Boley. Brown dropped it. Barry and Brown, the junior receiver, just flat out dropped it.
I mean, that was an excellent job from Cutter Boley to be able to
timeout for injured offensive
step
player.
up in the pocket. Got the pressure once again, keeps his eyes up, locates it, and then gets smacked there from the Louisville defense. We'll see what and how he is. I mean, rough first half for the young freshman quarterback. Finally is able to make something happen. Got to be able to make a play from him, from Barry and Brown, usually the trusty receiver on the back end.
Gelati was the man who had him low, and then
play,
Thor Griffith came in up
look
high.
At the possibility of a targeting foul.
Yeah, it was Thor Griffith, number 50, that came in and went up high.
And it looks like he even knows too. He put his hands to his head like, oh no. It looked like the crown of the helmet was gonna go down, but he lifted it up still. Helmet to helmet contact. I mean, that is a pretty aggressive shot towards the helmet of the quarterback. watch the reaction from Thor Griffin too. Ooh. Afterwards, he kind of knows. Watch him, he puts his hands to his helmet like, oh no, what did I do? What did I do?
After further review, personal foul, targeting, defense, number 50. 15-yard penalty, first down. Number 50 for Louisville is disqualified.
Yeah, he kind of one of those, oh no, what have I done moments.
Yeah, I mean, he knew, he felt it, going up high at the quarterback. Now we got a new quarterback in there, Gavin Wimsatt.
Wimsatt, who has played sparingly this year, he's kind of been their running quarterback when he and Brock Vandagriff were playing at the same time. They'd run Gavin Wimsatt in there, the big fella, at 6'3", 230 pounds. He transferred in from Rutgers, but an Owensboro, Kentucky young man. First play, handoff right side, Wilcox. He'll have a first down inside Louisville territory to the 41. Jamarion McDonald runs him out of bounds, but a 13-yard gain.
I mean, life is easy for a defense when you get off the field, but when you can start stringing together some first downs and you start being the physical football team, I mean, that's what Mark Stoops built this brand on: physicality, running the football, offensive line play, and it's just been so inconsistent from the big boys up front.
Wilcox trying to find a little bit of room, nothing there. He'll be stopped, picks up a yard. Gelati the first one there. Tennessee just scored a touchdown right before halftime, 24-17. Vols out in front.
Talking with Jeff Brock, head coach for Louisville, heading into this game, and he said, listen, we've yet to play back-to-back games of 4 quarters of really good football on both sides. So I think that was most likely the message as well this halftime is, guys, great first half, but can we play 4 quarters of ball? Something that they did not do last year in this game.
Wimsatt, wide open receiver, Maclin caught inside the 5. They will spot him at the 6, so it'll be first and goal, Kentucky, 34-yard pickup.
Well, that's a shot we talked about. These defensive backs have been aggressive all afternoon. You got to find a way to get on top of him. Nichols there got caught looking in the backfield, thinking, hey, they got the mobile quarterback in there. They're not going to take a shot down the field. And then Maclin was able to get on top for a nice completion.
Wimsatt came into this one 12 of 30 throwing the football. That's a 40% clip for 162 yards, 1 touchdown, and 3 picks. Wimsatt hands it off to Wilcox. Stanquan Clark came slicing in there to make the play for the Cards.
Just like we talked about for the Cardinals, it starts with the run game, and this is what this possession has started with: running the football, able to get a couple explosives, and then take the shot after that once the defensive backfield came up a little bit. Now let's see if they can pay it off with a touchdown.
Second and goal. Wimsatt to throw. Wide open in the end zone. Caught there by Maclin. Kept a foot in bounds. Touchdown, Kentucky.
Just a beautifully thrown football right there from Wimsatt. Anticipates it, throws it, Maclin goes up, gets a foot in. All you need is one in college football. And just a perfect drive. And really could not have scripted the second half to go any better for Kentucky. 3 and out, get the ball back, drive down the field, and put 7 points on the board.
69 yards on that drive. 7 plays. Gavin Wimsatt came in to replace Cutter Boley and does a number on the Cards.
Well, this offense taking advantage on the ground, in the air to start the second half. We have a ball game, 20-7.
Well, the offense looks like it is clicking now for Tennessee. They'll try to hold on. Here it's 20-7. Kentucky finally gets on the board. Gavin Wimsatt comes in to replace Cutter Boley, who got banged up on that drive. A couple of completions, 38 yards and a touchdown. A good start for the junior out of Owensboro, Kentucky, who had 19 starts in his career at Rutgers. Boley still in the 10 after he was hit helmet to helmet, targeting violation that went against Thor Griffith. And we just also found out some bad news for Kentucky as well. Some more bad news. Dane Key will be out of this game for the rest of the afternoon. Has an upper body injury. This kick taken by Watson. And Duke out near the 25-yard line. Let's go back to that touchdown pass.
Well, the defensive backs were trying to pass this off. So what you guys essentially saying, hey, I got the first guy to come in, second guy going out is yours, and just miscommunication. Outside cornerback should have passed that off and been there. Instead, Maclin's able to get on top. Easy touchdown. And now let's see if this Kentucky defense, who just got 3 out the previous possession, can keep up that momentum.
Well, they got a 3 and out on that opening drive. See if they can keep it up. I think there was a little bit of a discussion. Let's face it, Kentucky's best part of their game has been this defense all season long. I mean, they've got some really, really good players over there, and it held up for most of this season, but the first half wasn't there. Shuck under pressure. He will slide forward. They will spot that slide where it started back at the 24, so only a couple of yards for Tyler Shuck.
Well, he's shown a couple times this game the mobility, getting out of some sacks, getting out of some plays, and right there, listen, better to get 3 yards than nothing open down the field. They're trying to get a seam with a wheel route behind it. Good decision by the quarterback. And man, someone we've not seen at all is Jamarion Brooks. The star receiver has been pretty absent in this game.
Handoff right side, that goes to Brown, and he ran right into number 13, J.J. Weaver, who is fired up. It'll be 3rd down.
Right now, this is back-to-back drives where Kentucky has won on 1st and 2nd down, not giving up the explosive game on the run game, staying disciplined in the secondary as well. And we said, is this a moment where Jamarion Brooks, 61 receptions, over 1,000 yards heading into this game, does he make his first catch finally here midway through the 3rd quarter?
Shuck over the middle, pass is caught. That's a 1st down for Louisville out to the 40-yard line. That one went to Chris Hughes. Just his 7th catch of the year, picks up 15.
Well, just a one-on-one option route. He has the ability to sit down versus zone, break out versus man, or break in versus man. He breaks in, makes the right decision. And a sigh of relief for Louisville that was kind of treading there for a quick second.
Brown in the game at running back. Hit by Tyrese Fearbry, the sophomore linebacker. First carry for Brown this afternoon. This Louisville offense averaging 36 points a game. Top 25 in the country. Over 450 yards of offense per game, also top 20 in the country. Nice cut by Brown. Across midfield, still on his feet. 1st down, Louisville. Jordan Lovett finally brings him down, but 8 yards for the Cardinals.
I mean, they're going to the 3rd running back and having success, and you just see a bunch of offensive linemen winning their one-on-ones up front. Just a simple zone concept to the left. He sees the hole, puts his foot in the ground, able to get the 1st down.
Tell you what, I was just watching Monroe Mills over there, the right tackle, working on Deion Walker. He's done a nice job on the All-American defensive end, defensive tackle for Kentucky. They'll run right to Walker this time. Couple of yards. Fearbry will get credit for the tackle.
I think for Louisville right now, the perfect drive after going 3 and out, giving up a long drive for a touchdown to kind of settle back in, Continue to bleed some clock.
Isaac Brown checks it at running back. 2nd down and 8. Near side. Chris Bell can't hang on to it. 3rd down. Louisville today, 3 of 8 on 3rd downs. The Kentucky Wildcats have yet to convert a 3rd down. They're 0 for 7.
Now listen, you're down only 2 scores right now. I don't think this is a go for it 4th down opportunity if you don't get any yards here on this 3rd down. So for Kentucky, it'd be massive to get the ball back to their offense. And for Louisville, though, I do think if you get a few yards, you do have an opportunity to go for it on 4th down.
Flags down. Louisville with some early movement.
Full start. Offense, number 83. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Mark Redmond, the transfer tight end from San Diego State. Little head start. Cost them 5.
Corey Brooks out there right now as a receiver. See who can step up on this 3rd down.
Shuck over the middle, and it is incomplete. Maxwell Harrison on Kateris Hicks, and Harrison wins the battle.
Hey, listen, this is a long developing route for a DB to hang on one-on-one. Going to be a dig route about 20 yards across the middle of the field. You see him hip for hip, maybe a little bit early there, but not enough for the back ref to throw a flag, and another great defensive stop for this Kentucky defense.
Punting situation, Maclin stands at the 10. He will field it and try to get some running room. He is pushed out of bounds around the 15-yard line. So the defense does their job. Can the offense do their job? We'll find out. Louisville up 13. Buy them a spot in the playoff.
Yeah, Georgia is in. If Tennessee takes care of business today, they will be in as well. And if Texas wins tonight, they will be in as well. So could have 3 SEC teams in. Obviously, Clemson right now up on South Carolina. Their hopes are still very much alive to be one of those 12 playoff teams as well.
This Louisville team midway through the year felt like they had a chance to get in the playoff picture, but some tough losses along the way. They sit here at 7-4 now. Loose football, the beanbag comes out. Louisville has it. This is going to be a scoop and a score for the Cardinals. That came out of nowhere as Ramon Puryear comes up with a loose ball.
The field is a fumble, and they cover by the defense and return for a touchdown.
It looks like there's a nice 1st down run. Get a few yards, and we'll see if that ball, yeah, it looks like it comes out.
Yeah, Clark, was that Stanquan Clark that kind of ripped it out of Wilcox? The 2nd time somebody's ripped it out of his arm today. Ramon Puryear with the scoop and score. He had a couple of fumble recoveries. Had a touchdown against Georgia Tech earlier this year. That's his 3rd time he has scored a touchdown on a fumble recovery. Fell on one in the end zone against Tech. Then went 22 yards against Austin Peay in the opener. They should line him up on the other side of the field. That's a touchdown machine. Point after is up and good.
And just when Kentucky felt like they're getting some momentum on their side, they cop it up. Cardinals scoop it and extend the lead 27-7. Oh, that looked miserable.
Yes, no fun. Feel like we're at the Bahamas here. Louisville up 27-7. No cutter Boley. For more on that, let's go down to Ashley.
Guys, he is still in the medical tent. I'm told he's just being evaluated because of that head injury. And also, guys are coming in and out of the tent, just checking on him. So you can already tell the relief that he's made with the team so far this year.
Yeah, took a shot to the head on a targeting violation against Thor Griffith, who was ejected from this contest. And so Gavin Wimsatt came in and led him down the field for a touchdown, only scored the game for the Cats. And just a moment ago, a scoop and score pushes the lead back out to 20 for the Cardinals. Wimsatt walloped as he lets this one go, and that one's through the arms of Jamarion Maclin.
Nicely throwing football there once again from Gavin. One-on-one pass. Jamarion Maclin's able to get on top. I mean, that's a beautiful, hey, heck of a job standing in there taking the shot. And I mean, that ball was on the money. Macklin's got to find a way to reel that one in there on the outside. And I love the aggressiveness of this offense here in the second half. Hey, you want to play one-on-one on the outside, we're going to take some shots.
Demie Sumo-Karngbaye at running back. They'll fake it to him, dump it off underneath to Barry and Brown, trying to break a tackle, and he'll get around the corner for a couple of extra yards. We'll spot him close to the 35. Need to get to the 40 for a first down.
We haven't seen a lot of Barry Brown too. Just someone that you want plays like that. Tunnel screens, quick hitters, screens to the outside. Just gets them in the football bed. Essentially turn it into a punt return for him to find a way to make guys miss in the open field. And only a second catch of the afternoon.
Dump it off, and that one is incomplete. Quincy Riley over there in coverage for Louisville, and now it's fourth down, and Kentucky will have to punt it away.
Yeah, I just think there's not a lot of confidence from either quarterback right now with the offense line and the protecting issues that we've seen throughout this ball game. Right there, it's cover two. You have a ball in the flat. That's not your read. You got to find your number 2, number 3 guy. And I think you see a quarterback right now that just got walloped a couple plays ago, just want to get the ball out of his hands.
Ross punts it away, and this will take a favorable Louisville bounce all the way back to the 40-yard line, and that's where the Cardinals will take over, up 27-7. Well, the second annual SEC-ACC Basketball Challenge begins Tuesday with 3 straight nights of hoops. Here's our men's and women's lineup right here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. Kalamazoo, Florida State, and LSU. That'll be a good one. And Pitt, boy, they've had a nice little run here in the non-conference. Won a buzzer beater the other night. They'll go to Starkville, and Mississippi State got off to a good start. They lost to Butler in their last outing, but had won 5 in a row to get the season started. See some of these other games coming your way all the way through Thursday. First down and 10 Louisville. Handoff, Brown. Turns the corner. First down inside Kentucky territory. They just continue to pick up chunks of yardage. J.Q. Hardaway missed a tackle that allowed Brown to pick up 15 more yards.
He made J.Q. look like he was standing in quicksand right there. I mean, ran right around him. J.Q. has an opportunity to take the running back down. And I said this earlier, neither of these running backs are big. Neither of them over 200 pounds. But the quickness and the speed just to make him look once again like he's in quicksand, pretty impressive.
Watson with 80 yards rushing. Brown with 76 yards rushing. Here's Brown.
Well, I mean, there's been a few plays. I mean, go back to that long touchdown run, Dave, where the running back doesn't even get any contact. I mean, he's 5-7 yards before the defender's even close to him. I mean, yeah, 100%. Like, these running backs are talented. But Sylvester, Collins, Nigra, Gonzalez, Mills, the big 5 up front, definitely come to play.
Isaac Brown, first down. Yeah, those guys are good too now. I mean,
I guess the running backs are all right.
My goodness.
I mean, just listen. 5'9", 190. It's that quickness and speed where no one feels like they can get a direct shot on them, or they don't want to get embarrassed by getting juked out. And it's just all glancing blows where he's able to give a little stiffy with the left and bounce it outside to get the first down.
Shup, 9 of 18, 128 yards. They haven't really needed his arm today. It's been the legs of this running back duo. Brown picks up a couple of yards, hit by Ty Bryant. Kentucky's defense came in giving up 140 yards a game on the ground. That was 3rd in the SEC, 10th in the country. Today, Louisville has rushed for almost 200 yards.
I mean, this is not the weather to throw the football. And maybe that's just me because I'd hated cold weather, but I mean, most quarterbacks don't like throwing in 30-degree gusts of 20 miles per hour, so the run game was going to be emphasized, and they've hit their mark.
2nd down and 6, staying on the ground. It's kind of an awkward tackle. Did he grab his shoulder pads? Deion Walker was the one who'll get credit for the stop, but whatever he grabbed, it stopped Brown in his tracks.
Well, they grabbed him right around the horse collars area, right there in the shoulder pads. Listen, I guess when he's year 190 and Deion Walker's 6'6", 235, when he wants you to stop, he's going to make you stop.
Duke Watson will check in. They'll hand it to Duke, right side. Big hole, breaks a tackle. This is 6 for Louisville. Renato Brown with the block that freed him for 24-yard score.
I'll be honest, it's just hard to watch a Kentucky team get physically whooped on both lines of scrimmage. Whooped. And that's what's happened here this afternoon. Offensive line, defensive line has been manhandled by this Louisville football team, which has come today. They put their hard hats on, and they've dominated the trenches.
Point number 34 is on the board. Boy, what a day for Louisville.
The entire right side of this offensive line, you're going to get pullers working up to the second level to take care of defensive ends. Renato Brown, just bam, kick out. Phenomenal job by this offensive line once again of getting on the edges, taking care of defensive ends, pushing them to the outside, and then creating that clear, nice lane for the running backs to get downhill. They're not going east and west, north and south right now, utilizing that speed.
That was a 6-play drive, all of them on the ground. They have now put together 352 yards of offense, 224 on the ground. Watson up over 100 yards rushing, 104. Second time in the last 3 games he's been up over 100 yards. I guess the biggest question for Louisville as you look toward 2025 is, what's that quarterback room going to look like?
Well, they run an offense regardless if they feel good with who's on the roster, if they want to hit the portal, whatever it may be. It is a great offense to be a part of.
Marion Brown, the electrifying returner, dragged out of bounds. No flag on the play, right at midfield.
That's what we talk about with Marion Brown. You have to create plays that feel like a punt return for him because he's just too good in the open space.
Just 35 seconds to go in the third quarter. Boy, you just felt like Kentucky had some momentum. They scored the touchdown right out of the gate. And then their second possession, they cough it up, scoop and score by Louisville, and boy, all the energy is taken out of this Kentucky offense. Here is Chip Trayanum, the senior out of Akron, Ohio, transferred in from Ohio State, started his career at Arizona State, only played in a couple of games. 7 carries against Florida for 26 yards. Had 8 carries against Murray State for 42 yards. Didn't make his debut until Game 7 of the season. But I just think the 2 fumbles by Wilcox kind of forced the issue here.
Yeah, you got to. You can't fumble the ball twice and really derail the momentum that Kentucky was starting to get a little bit here in the second half.
Here's Wimsatt. He'll run it himself. Gets a block from his running back, Trayanum. That'll be a first down. And the final play of the third quarter, a 9-yard pickup. Louisville 15 minutes away from snapping this 5-game Kentucky winning streak in this rivalry.
Wimsatt there, unfortunate when unable to get that last play off before the quarter ended. Great run there from Trayanum, getting the first down. See a little energy from the running back.
Yeah, you know, Chip, he hadn't played a whole lot of snaps. Fresh, you talk about super fresh legs. Came into this 15 total carries. Wimsatt looking for a home run, and the pass is caught but out of bounds by Harley Gilmore, the 4th. Boy, the coaches talked about him. We were here a couple of weeks ago, and
Early on the field's an incomplete pass. Second down.
And they just are really excited about the future of this young man.
Well, I mean, you see the speed, the quickness. I mean, he gets right on top of the DB, stacks him really well. We talk about throwing the ball on the red line, essentially. It's 5 yards away from the out-of-bounds line. You want your receiver to essentially curl back in towards the field, not fade away right there. Could have been an easy touchdown.
Wimsatt can't break the tackle. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. William Spencer making a play. A 300-pound nose tackle. Louisville having a good time over there, 34-7. Spencer getting some snaps. That was just his third tackle of the year. Wimsatt on the run, throws back, incomplete. Trying to hit Marion Brown.
That's the second time we've seen Marion Brown drop a pass here this afternoon. I mean, great job from Wimsatt. Some of the offense line, the struggles they've had in this ball game, buying an extra couple seconds, getting outside the pocket. Marion does a good job coming back to the quarterback. Got to find a way to make that catch, and obviously got to go for it here, down 34-7, 4-down territory inside the Cardinals territory.
Kentucky 11 of 24 this year on 4th downs. That's 46%. Some pressure comes. Wimsatt sees it, flushes to the right. He's got some room to run. And he will be short by 3 yards and just gives it right back to Louisville.
I think he didn't know it was 4th down there.
Oof.
So this is kind of Kentucky's afternoon summed up in one play right there. A scary football team with Nico playing at a high level. I mean, they get going offensively. That defense is pretty good. He said earlier, they win today, they are going to be one of the 12 teams in the playoffs.
They were down 14-0. Now lead 31-17 in Nashville. Here it's 34-7. Well, here's a 4th down play just a moment ago from Gavin Wimsatt.
Yeah, just a possible business decision. I don't know. I think he just forgot that it was 4th down, and you either got to say, listen, if I'm not going to get it, I just got to throw the ball and hope someone catches it or get a PI. Or if I'm going to pull down and run it, I got to put my body on the line and try to get the first down.
Louisville gets the stop on downs. A lot of misdirection going on there. Eventually, Isaac Brown will get the carry. Tavius Oxendine will get credit for a tackle.
So a couple of superstars for Kentucky just have not really shown up, unfortunately, today. Deion Walker, I really called his name out a lot offensively. Obviously, Dane Key went out with an injury. Didn't really call his name out either. Just, you know, rivalry games when you need your superstars to have superstar type moments, and to not get that from either side of the ball.
Oh, big collision, but no tackle. Isaac Brown bounces off J.J. Weaver and gets it to the 43-yard line. Christian Story went down to trip him up. So 4th and 3 for Louisville, and they will bring out the punt team. Well, JJ's had a nice career for the Kentucky Wildcats. 21.5 career sacks, 4th all-time at Kentucky. 38.5 career tackles for loss. That's 3rd all-time for the Cats. Low line drive kick that takes a great Louisville bounce. That's going to wind up right at the 5-yard line. A 53-yard punt. The Cats are backed up. 11:17 to play. Getting up early, coming out to the ballpark today. It was a freezing cold morning in the 20s, low 20s. Sitting in the low 30s now. Speaking of low 30s, that's the point total for the Louisville Cardinals. 34-7 our score. Cats backed up at the 5-yard line. Demie Sumo-Karngbaye, your running back to start this drive behind Gavin Wimsatt. Still no update on Cutter Boley, who was injured in the 3rd quarter on a helmet-to-helmet collision. He spent most of the 3rd quarter in the tent, the medical tent on the sideline, and they've given way to Gavin Wimsatt.
Well, the other thing, too, is just going forward as well for this Kentucky football team, not going to a bowl game. It's been a while since they've not gone bowling, but you miss out on all those opportunities, those practice reps, especially for the quarterback position, to start to build some chemistry heading into next season.
Wimsatt will pick up the first down out over the 15 to the 17-yard line. TJ Quinn on that tackle. We were told that Brock Vandagriff certainly was available if needed, but he's so banged up, and obviously final game of the year.
Well, it was nice. I mean, they talked to Brock this past week on Sunday, brought him in to meet with him, and very professional, taking the news that he would not be the starter here in this football game this afternoon.
Wimsatt deep down the field, shows that strong arm, pass is caught. Jamarion Maclin will take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky. 83 yards. There's a bright spot.
Well, Maclin made a couple nice plays a week ago, and they feel like he's finally starting to come on towards the end of the season. The big transfer get up, one-on-one with Hutchinson on the back end. Just a deep divide route across the field. He's going to hide low the safety. Safety comes up, one-on-one with the corner. Another perfectly thrown football from Wimsatt, and then Maclin with his 2nd touchdown reception of the afternoon.
Nice throw from Wimsatt. Maclin, the young man who started his career at Missouri and transferred to North Texas, was a big part of the Mean Green's offensive plans a year ago. Point after is up and good. Maclin had 57 catches for 1,000 yards last year with the Mean Green and 11 touchdowns.
Nice setup. Gets his eyes across, locates that, see that safety, that jump, the underneath route. Finds the one-on-one, and then a perfectly thrown football on the outside. Tell you what, Gavin, obviously known as the running quarterback, but he has thrown some early Christmas presents here this afternoon, coming in and replacing the injured Boley.
of 8 for 125 and a couple of touchdowns. .9:49 to play. Well, that'll go down as a 95-yard drive. Woo.
Need a few more of those explosive plays there in the first half. They were there, just unable to connect on them.
That ball will bounce into the end zone.
Let's go back to the last touchdown and watch the setup on the play. You're going to get some underneath route to control this safety, and then the divide route over the top. Let's let the tape roll a little bit and see where the quarterback's looking at. Right now, gets the top. Pause it right now, and you see 1, 2. Both these guys jumping the underneath route, and then from there, it's just throw it as far as you can. And then off to the races goes Maclin for his second touchdown.
First down at 10, Louisville. Left side handoff to Brown. He will pick up 8 yards on the opening carry of this drive. And he is now up to, what is that, 110 yards on the ground today? He now has 1,007 on the season. Give him 111 today. So now this Louisville team has Ja'Cory Brooks with 1,000 yards receiving. You have a 3,000-yard passer, and Tyler Shuck, and 1,000-yard rusher. There goes Brown. It's a foot race down the sideline, and he will win. 67 yards.
I want to know his miles per hour running right there, because he was moving definitely north of 20 miles per hour. It's funny, man. This coach staff said, like, listen, we're trying to ease him into the season, and then at some point early on, they're like, you know what? Enough's enough. Just put him on the field. He is too good with the ball in his hands. Man, when he hits that second and third level, whoo, that's some speed.
Two plays and 75 yards. Took all of 48 seconds. Point after is up and good. 41-14. Every time Kentucky does something positive, Louisville comes right back and answers the bell. This time it's Isaac Brown. Of course, Benjamin's Bulldogs. Nice win last night. Hopefully Chris's Gators will take it easy on my Seminoles. Probably not, is what I'm thinking. Kick them while they're down. Isaac Brown, what an afternoon for the young man, the freshman running back.
I mean, but look at this offensive line, just the way they're working to allow number 25 to get downhill in a hurry and run the football. Unbelievable, man. The speed, the vision. But I'll tell you, when he gets to that second, third level, he is north of 20 miles per hour. My goodness. Can he get going in a hurry?
I mean, it's hard to kind of say, like, is he next level or he's just a freshman, but I mean, jeez.
He's got it, man. You'd like to see him put some weight on this offseason, you know, put another 5 to 10 pounds on. Obviously, don't want to hinder that speed, but I think the beautiful thing about him, too, Isaac Brown, is just his ability to catch the ball in the backfield. 27 catches, 140. I mean, you look at the great running backs in the NFL, man, they do that. They can run it. They got the speed. They got the breakaway speed. And then their weapons out of the backfield as well.
And Maurice Turner came into this season. They were expecting him to be the dude, but he was injured. Here's Chip Trayanum, who they were expecting here in Lexington to be their guy. His helmet comes off. He'll have a first down carry out to the 47-yard line, but he'll have to leave for a play. And you know, Louisville hasn't even had to really rely on the pass game today at all. I mean, we haven't mentioned much of Ja'Cory Brooks all afternoon, or Tyler Shuck for that matter, a 3,000-yard passer.
It's a great offense, man. It's a lot of fun to watch.
Wimsatt going up top again, and this one is picked off. What a grab by Quincy Riley. Oh my goodness, was that one-handed? They were trying to hit Hardly Gilmore.
He's just trying to throw with some anticipation. Just got to throw it further out there for the freshman. He's got to step on the DB. Underthrown football, and Riley, man, like you said, one-handed, awesome concentration to kind of reel around, snag it, control it, bring it in.
Boy, that is the 5th Kentucky turnover. That is the most they've had since 2011 when they had 6 against South Carolina. .7:55 to go in this one. Here's Maurice Turner. This is the guy they thought would be their lead tailback. The numbers are pretty impressive.
It's unbelievable. 3,000-yard passer, 1,000-yard receiver, 1,000-yard rusher as a freshman. You got a seven-year quarterback, 5th-year senior receiver, and then the freshman, the future. And that is a one heck of a season for this offense under Brum.
Here's Turner wrapped up at the 30. Didn't quite get to the line of scrimmage. Or he did. They just got to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd down and short. Bailey came in to take that snap. Now it's Pierce Clarkson that comes in at quarterback on this 3rd down and about 1.5 yards. Clarkson, the redshirt freshman at John Bosco High School out in California. And Louisville's going to have to take a timeout, so we'll wait on this 3rd down and 1.
Miscommunication there with the redshirt freshman quarterback being able to push it out. Let's take a quick break and look at the all-state good hands of the day. Going defense here for Louisville. A couple strips from the defensive side. First one was McDonald there on the first possession. Then later on in the game, Stanquan Clark rips it out of the running back's hand. For the 2nd time, this one returned for a touchdown from Puryear. This defense has been a couple big plays given up. Other than that, really good against this Kentucky offense throughout the ball game this afternoon.
3rd scoop and score this year for Puryear. I said, man, they should line him up at fullback, give him a couple carries. Guy knows how to find the end zone. Louisville looking at a 3rd down and 1. They will run it with Clarkson, and he'll have the first down out over the 35-yard line. The combination of Jeff Brom and his brother Brian Brom running this offense. Brian Brom, the offensive coordinator, who went 3-1 as a player for the Louisville Cardinals in his day against Kentucky. And there is big brother Jeff, who still calls all the plays. But it's a great dynamic, the two of them working together, creating this offense that has just been so special. Travis Egan now getting some work. He's not even on our depth chart. The fourth quarterback used today. Now they'll switch back out and bring in Harrison Bailey, the 6'5", fifth-year senior out of Marietta, Georgia.
Everyone's getting some reps at quarterback.
Maybe they run you out there a little bit.
I'm good. It's too cold. It's a little warmer in the booth, a little too cold out there.
If it's not 75, it's too cold for you, I've learned this year. Big hole off the right side. Kenyon Brown. There's some flags come in. A helmet comes off. Well, this is one of those things where if you're an officiating crew, you better be on your toes.
Yeah. That's the one thing. Right now, things get a little too chippy. A rivalry game that's kind of got out of control.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 11, 15-yard penalty, first down. Louisville number 49 is not required to leave the game for one play because his helmet came off as a direct result of the foul. First down.
It's just been one of those years for Kentucky. Just you and I were talking during halftime. It's wild. I mean, this team was a point away from being Georgia. They beat Ole Miss on the road. But just a lot of lows. To know that you're not going to be making a bowl game. This will be the final game for the seniors on this roster. The way college football looks, it could be a very different looking roster come next year.
Frustrating year for that man. Just 1-7 in SEC play for the Kentucky Wildcats, who back at the end of September went into Oxford, Mississippi and beat the Rebels 20-17, giving everybody some hope, and it just never panned out. They ended up losing after that game 4 straight before they beat Murray State. Just couldn't get that offense going. Never really had those moments you need to have. I think the defense gave you opportunities every Saturday.
Yeah, they did, man. And it's hard to stay alive when the offense just was not giving you much throughout the season.
Brady Allen in at quarterback, and he'll hand it off to Maurice Turner. Breaks a tackle, turns the corner down the sideline, and he'll be knocked out inside the 20 down to the 19 by Gerard Smith.
18-yard gain.
And this offense right now, over 330 yards rushing this afternoon. Go back to the conversation, just the defense feeling like they had to shoulder the entire burden of this football team, and it's not a characteristic team of Mark Stoops. Just the lack of physicality at times throughout the season, especially on offense, is just not what he's built this program on.
Turner back to the line of scrimmage, may have lost a yard. Alex Safari with another tackle. You mentioned those 300 yards rushing. 349. It's the most in an FBS versus an FBS opponent since 2021 when they went for 384 against Duke. Here's Turner. He is chased down by J.J. Weaver. That'll get us to the 2-minute timeout. Louisville just trying to run this one out. They have been in control all afternoon. It looks like they will take that Governor's Cup trophy. Available on the ESPN app. Anxious to get home back to Atlanta tonight. Watch that Texas A&M game. So much at stake. Of course, the Governor's Cup trophy heading back to Louisville. Started in 1994 when this series was renewed. Donated by the Kroger Company. Cost about $23,000 back in 1994. Weighs 110 pounds. 33 inches tall. Trust me, I know it's in there. It's in there.
It's in there.
They just won't get it out. Is that 23,000? What is that, like $1 million today?
Woo. Woo.
Feels like it. Cats have held on to that trophy for the last 5 years. On 4th down, and some pushing and shoving going on, and here we go. We were waiting on this. He just felt like it was brewing on this series. .68 seconds to go.
Listen, it's been a Kentucky defense that has just been pushed around this entire game, frustrated. John back and forth, a lot of pushing up front. Ooh, little punch thrown there.
Is that J.J. Weaver?
Yeah, it looked like J.J. Weaver with the left-hand hook. It's just not how you want to go out if you're a senior, man. I get that you're frustrated, but last thing you want to leave on this field is you get into a fight down 41-14.
Early on the field, as the line of game was not reached. It's 1st down. Kentucky, after the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct fouls on each team. Those offset. 1st down.
Stuart Mullins with the call. He's done a nice job letting us know what's going on today. I think Mark Stoops ready for this one to get to the house and hit the reset button. First time in 8 years that Kentucky won't be having bowl practices. Big shout out also to Tony Neely, Susan Lax over at Kentucky. We've been here a few times this year. Always great hosts.
Those sportsmanlike conduct fouls on number 70 Louisville and 13 Kentucky. It's their first of the game.
Wimsatt will just hand it off to Demie Sumo-Karngbaye. Big run out to the 25-yard line. Meanwhile, Louisville, they will get ready for their bowl game. There were some projections that had them going to the Gator Bowl. There were probably the majority of the projections had them heading in that direction. But you just, in this day and age, you just don't know exactly. But wouldn't be a bad trip.
Hopefully somewhere warmer than today.
Yes.
That's all the fans want. Somewhere warmer today. Gator Bowl sounds nice and warm.
Demie Sumo-Karngbaye. On the tackle for
You said for Mark Stoops, the season just to get over with, reevaluate, and the beauty of this new era is, you know, he's got to get to the drawing boards, figure out how to improve this roster. Signing day's coming up soon. And then the transfer portal right after that. Got to figure out a way to get back bowling come 2025. But amazing win for the Louisville Cardinal.
358 yards rushing today for the Louisville Cardinals of their 486 yards of offense. They just really dominated this game from the very beginning. First win at Kentucky since 2017. Jeff Brom, his first win in this rivalry. And there it is, all 110 pounds of it. The Governor's Cup trophy heading back to Louisville in 2024 as the Cards win it 41-14. The regular season comes to a close for the Kentucky Wildcats as they will finish up 4-8 on the year. Meanwhile, the Cards go to 8-4. So for my partners, Ashley Shamity down on the field, and Aaron Murray up here in the booth. I'm Dave Neal saying so long from Lexington, Kentucky, where the Cards win it 41-14. Time to get you to the studio. Guys, it's all yours.